Won't be easy or smooth or even fast, but 1 week from today it will start. Not just the start of Barack Obama's presidency, but likely his first executive order shutting down the Guantanamo detention center in Cuba. It's a sore point with Israelis and a touchy one with the man who hopes to lead them, Benjamin Netanyahu. Are you worried about this Gitmo shutdown talk? The biggest worry in the past expressed by Israel is that detainees there back in or close to your neck of the woods would wreak havoc. What do you make of that?
I don't know. I don't know the details of that particular operation and this decision. But I do think that the most important thing is that there will be a common front of civilization against barbarism. I think that the terrorists are very susceptible to despair. But it's a different kind of despair than normally is reported on. Terrorism declines when they despair of defeating us. Terrorism declines when the patrons of the suicide bombers and the rocket launchers, who themselves are not suicidal, they want to live and launch killers another day. When they despair that their tactics will get us somehow to abandon our principles or to abandon our common front, then terrorism abates. And I think this is the big challenge. But as I said, the biggest of them all is preventing the weapon of mass death, the ultimate weapon of terror, atomic weapons, from meeting up with a militant Islamic regime.
So you're not concerned that the incoming administration, in pushing a potential shutdown of Gitmo, is showing more sympathy for the plight of detainees there than the folks you're fighting where you are?
Oh, I don't think there's any necessary connection there, but I think that there will be sufficient opportunities for the incoming Obama administration to stand up to the terrorists, because they're not going to leave us alone, not just yet. And I expect that the United States will continue a forceful policy against terrorism and a forceful policy for genuine peace. And that's the policy that, if, as I hope and believe, we'll be elected, we'll pursue in Israel, I hope and believe, with the United States.
So if we shut down Gitmo, is it your sense that we're showing a little less resolve in that fighting terror?
I think it's another issue. I think it relates to other concepts and other questions. I don't think it will affect what is happening here in the Middle East.
Even if some of those detainees went back to the Middle East?
Well, I don't know who they are. I don't know what the conditions of their transfer would be. But I do know that we face right now an immediate battle against a frontal position of the Iranian terrorist regime. And we believe that the United States will continue to support our efforts, which are really the efforts of all the free countries against terrorists who break every norm, every rule, who fire on civilians and hide behind civilians. And I see a great deal of sympathy and understanding in the United States for this across the wide spectrum of American opinion.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Neil. Good to talk to you.
All right, I apologize that we have a bit of a delay when you're doing across the globe interview, satellite interview with Benjamin Netanyahu, so that prompted some of those delays you heard there. Anyway, you can catch the rest of my exclusive chat with the former, some say the future Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, at 6 p.m. on Fox Business Network. What he has to say about Barack Obama's handling of this financial crisis will surprise you.